Alright guys, you've been waiting a long time, I know. But let's go ahead and do it. Alright, let's try, I hate to call it Damascus because I don't know what Damascus is. Damascus to me is a location, so I just don't know what the politically correct term is, but we're going to go ahead, forge weld this cable together and see if we can get some type of pattern out of it. We're going to turn it into a knife. I have no idea what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to put scales on it or use the cable as the handle, or we're just going to wing this one all the way through. Quite literally, if we can get a forge weld, that's good. I'm going to be quite happy. The knife is just icing on the cake. So we're going to go ahead and give this a try. First thing I'm going to do is weld up the ends. That's what I do anyway. You can wire them and good luck so that they don't fray. But I'm going to go ahead and weld up the ends on this. We'll get it in the fire. We'll get it as clean as we can. Put a good twist on it, nice and tight. Flux the living daylights out of it because this cable is just full of crud. I mean, I can't even imagine that it's going to be perfect or even close to perfect of a weld with all the garbage that's in there. And then we're going to just start forge welding our way down through and see what happens. So stay tuned. This should be a good one. You can see the crud that's in this thing already. It's just burning. There's more oil and crud in there than I can imagine. It's a lot to get out. Can't have any of that in that weld. I know that for sure. The heck with it, doesn't need to be a knife, we'll just call it a freaking candle. Huh? Look at that. Unbelievable. You got your own little survival candle. Just find a piece of cable and start it on fire. Alright, let's go from here. Alright, now that we got these ends welded, I'm going to go ahead and put in the fire, let this stuff cook off a little bit. I'm going to turn the fans on in the shop and see if we can get some of that. It just stinks, you know what I mean? A lot of oil. I'm going to heat that sucker up red. I'm going to start I'm going to whack it. I'm going to heat this up nice and red, and I'm going to whack it on the anvil a few times to see if I can knock some of that stuff out. We'll flux it up, whack it a few more times. Just try to, I want to try to get this stuff out of this thing. And then we'll tighten it up. Get that thing heated up a little bit. Like I said, I'm just going to whack it on this anvil. Loosen the coils a little. Hopefully my welds on the anvil. So loosen the coils up. That helps get some of that crap out of there. And then we'll go back. Flex it up a little bit. Hopefully that'll work its way in there and start loosening that crap up. We'll go ahead, heat it up again, give her another whack. And then we'll put the twist in. Alright, we heated her up with a little bit of flux on it. I'm going to focus on one end now. Like I said, I'm going to put it on the anvil. I'm going to whack the thing again. Hopefully some of that flux and shit will get the hell out of there. Alright, and we're going to go throw it in the vise and we're going to twist that in nice and tight. Alright, bringing this thing up to temperature? Boy, I'll tell you, normally when I weld a handle on this, I think I might have to. Boy, I hope I don't. The handles end up falling off anything. But I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do fluxing for the weld. I'm only focusing on a couple inches right now. Only a couple inches. Going in for the welding heat. Alright, in case you can't tell, I'm trying to do this with two goddamn cameras today. To try that on, but I'm just starting to see some sparking going on here. I haven't decided which hammer to use. I'm going to use the 2-pounder. I don't like to hit the thing like crazy. We got the right heat. I don't know if you can see it, but there's flaring going on. We're going to make it quick, fast. That's it. Brush. Don't like, especially when I'm working for a really good weld. Hammer. Give myself a few seconds. Definitely could have used a heavier hammer. I'm going to use the other hammer next time. Flux this stuff up after brushing it back into weld heat. Take your time. That's what I've learned as far as my message is. 3 times. Three times through the fire. I've done it with one, I do it with one if I need to, but when I'm after integrity, I take my time and I go through 3 cycles. First one is just get everything kind of going. Next one is to really get the work done. Third one is to clean up whatever it is the second one didn't do, or to go ahead and start finishing the weld. It's a pretty big piece of steel. Well, it's a whole lot of little pieces of steel. I'm just starting to get my sparks flying here. I want to go super hot on this one. I need to make sure that core, I'm going to roll this thing over. Another thing, this is 1-inch cable, I believe. One side gets much hotter than the other inside your fire, so you want to make sure that you got an even heat all the way through. Get some good flaring going on. Hammer's ready. Here we go. Lost my weld on the end all over the shop. That's never happened before. Make sure you got your fires going. That's it. Not going any farther, but we're getting close to welding. The end weld just flew right off. I got it too damn hot probably. I got hot shit flying everywhere. Sorry for the swearing. I don't like hot shit flying everywhere. Back to fluxing. I don't see anything burning anywhere. Back in for the third and hopefully final. So far you guys have come along for the whole journey. I'm going to do a quick check here to make sure I got 100% safety here. Everything looks good and I don't see anything smoking. Alright, let's go for that final weld. Let's hope it's final anyway, right? I don't know where to look over there. Bring that sucker back up. See, I like the speed of hammering for my welds. Most of the welds I do are on 1/4 inch stuff or small stuff, 3/8. So you need that extra weight too. Of course, I don't know what the heck I need. This is a new project as far as I'm concerned. So there's my flare flags coming out for that weld again. A little more force. Gonna work anywhere other than where I was. A little bit of trapezoidal here. I don't like getting that inside. I don't know go, boys and girls. That looks good. It looks good. So I'd say I'm good up to here. I can still see some striations, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to go in and go for this next section right here. Just another 2 inches or so. Alright, next couple of inches, clean her off and flux. A lot of you guys might say you don't need the flux. At this point I'm new enough where anything that I can do, I do. If they said stand on one leg and cry out to Mother Jesus, I'd do it. For the first weld on the next section, bringing it up to heat, flipping it over, looking for the throwers or the sparks. Just had them, but I had turned cameras on, so we're going to bring this thing back up. Just starting to spit there a little. Flip it over. There we go, we're flying a little bit there. Alright, ready? Here we go. That's it. I'm not going to go any farther than that. Get that first stick stuck. Flex it up again. Get it into the fire. Bring it up for the second. The second one, in my experience, which is limited, the second one is the good. That's where you want to go to town. You know, I may be inefficient with this, but I don't want to do it again because I wasn't. I'd rather be a little over prepared than under prepared on this. That over. Make sure I'm heating both sides where I want. Make sure I'm heating the right spot. What I tell you, I think I'd be there. I put too much air on it. Come on now. Jump the gun. There we go. There we go. Now we're happy. Alrighty. Trails away from my holding. So that was only weld 2. I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time because I want this to be ready. I think I'm there. I think I got a good one on that one. I'm going to go put that third weld in. We'll come to the other end. Yeah, that took a while to get back up to heat. Recording. Flaring a little bit again. I'm going for the third weld. Get up in this spot right here. We're okay. And I think with that, I decided what I'm going to do with this night, for the sake of time, is I'm going to go ahead and leave a cable handle on here. And I'll take that much of the knife and I'll draw the blade out of it, and I'm going to do something on the other end. So I'm going to actually forge weld this other end up. As I got a cable railroad spike. It's starting to look familiar, you know? Alright. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple inches off this other end before it's welded together. So we're going to clean it up, flux it up. We'll take about 2 to 3 inches, 2.5. I think that'll give me what I want for the other side. Alright, I've gone back to the small hammer for this other side weld. That weld that flew off before, I don't want that to happen. Plus, this first cycle, I don't like to try to weld it. I like to try to get it where it should be. Yeah, that sheet just, so I'm never going to weld the end of a cable again, I'll tell you that much. No, it's too dangerous. So again, I just wanted that end closed off, and that the freaking weld went right offline. So no, never again am I going to do that. That's not the first time that's happened today. Or, you know, today's not the first time that's happened. Every single time. I thought it was my welding, and now that I have a different welder, I thought maybe it would stick better. But no, not going to happen. Not inside the shop. Alright, we're going to bring that back up. Make sure you flux it. Flush the crap out of that. Again, I only need a couple inches. I'm trying to leave enough cable there for the handle. But I want a couple of inches to do what I want. But what I plan on doing, if it works, it's going to be pretty damn cool. But I need pretty good welding done for that day. Back to the 3-pound for the second weld. I like that combination. And it keeps me in check. I'm trying to do too much on that first weld. Good. I don't want to rush this at all. Time, it's the end of the cable. I don't want to melt off any more than I have to because you have a plan for over there. I think that's enough steel for what I want to do. I think. I wish I had a little more, but I think we'll be alright. Go back to the third weld just for good measures, and then we'll make a knife. I'm working the third weld now. I didn't bring it with me, sorry. Squaring it up. Things look pretty good there. I hope they're good because what I'm going to do next requires that they are. I'm actually looking at the handle. Hoping that handle's not going to get hot again. Trying to get my direction here. I want the knife to go that way, I think. Boy, I hope I got enough steel there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off the end of that isn't welded. It's just all frayed. Because I need that end solid. Solid, solid, solid. Matter of fact, I'll turn around and do the other end while I'm at it, but can't see what you can see here. So it looks like a solid piece of steel to me. Alright, well, I'll tell you what, that's enough to call it a video, but the odd thing is it's only been about half an hour. So I'd say 35 to 40 minutes. We're going to find out if any of my stuff worked well. And the first thing I'm going to do is put this end on, because that'll determine what I do. If that doesn't work, I might just go back and forge weld the whole thing and just make a solid piece out of it. But I have plans there.